Imagine this, you pull up to a public charging station with your electric car, plug in the cable, and that's it, charging starts straight away. No fiddly QR codes, scanning, no downloading different charging apps, no cards from countless providers, and your credit card can stay in your pocket too. Does it sound too good to be true? Well, for some EV drivers, it's already the reality. With Plug&Charge, charging and paying at public stations becomes easier, faster, and above all, stress-free. Wait, hang on, Amy. I think that's already the case for Tesla drivers, right? Okay, not really. Sort of, but not quite. It may look the same, but what happens behind the scenes is a little bit different. I'll explain in just a moment, so stick around. Hi there and welcome back to the GoE YouTube channel. I'm Amy and today I'll show you how Plug&Charge works, the technology behind it, how it takes charging to a whole new level, and why things are still a little different for Tesla drivers. Plug&Charge is a technology that makes charging your electric car almost as easy as charging your smartphone. Well, almost. As soon as you plug your car into the compatible station, the charger and the car communicate with each other. The important bit, not only does the charging point have to support Plug&Charge, your electric car does too. That's already the case with many new car models, but it can also be activated in some older ones through relevant software updates. If both your EV and the charging station support Plug&Charge, you don't need an app, a charging card, or a QR code anymore. Up until now, public charging has been a bit of a mess. There's been no unified system, which has been frustrating for many. Depending on the operator, sometimes even on the session, you've either had to pay with an app, a card, or a QR code. It's frustrating, right? It even put some people off switching to EVs in the first place. Plug&Charge solves that. You just plug it in and it charges. Billing happens automatically in the background based on your charging contract. This works thanks to the international standard ISO 15118, which handles the communication between the car and the charging point. And don't worry, your data is safe. All data is transmitted according to the latest security standards of ISO 15118, so no one can gain unauthorized access to your charging data. Digital certificates ensure encrypted and secure communication. Each car gets a digital fingerprint, more precisely an OEM provisioning certificate, which identifies it at Plug&Charge stations. Your charging contract is also stored digitally with the car. Once you connect your EV to the charging station via the cable, the station decrypts all of the relevant authentication information, such as your vehicle ID and the stored contract. These details are then sent to the back end for authorization and to activate the charging point. If the authentication is successful, charging starts. Billing happens automatically via the contract you hold with your mobility service provider. Now, let's go back to a point that I mentioned earlier. This may look very similar to the one already in place for Tesla drivers, but it isn't quite the same. Autocharge is the technology used at Tesla charging stations. Charging providers such as ENBW and Fastnet offer it as well. But the thing is, Autocharge is not based on the ISO standard. Instead of using certificates, it uses something called a MAC address, a hardware ID given to the car's network adapter. But here's the catch, it comes with some privacy and security risks because that MAC address can be linked to a billing contract without strong security measures in place. Plug&Charge, on the other hand, uses a very complex verification system to make sure only authorized vehicles can be charged and billed. That's why Autocharge is more of a stopgap while the industry slowly rolls out Plug&Charge. In the long run, Plug&Charge is likely to become the standard because it offers far better IT security and much more peace of mind for drivers. Plug&Charge can be used pretty much everywhere for public charging, semi-public charging, and even at home. The number of Plug&Charge capable public charging points is steadily increasing. One major provider offering this technology in the UK and across Europe is Ionity. In Germany, there's also RL Pulse. At home or in shared spaces, Plug&Charge is super handy, especially if your charger is installed outdoors or in an area that others can access. Some Wallboxes already support this feature, for example, the GoE Charger Pro. This means that in the future, your electric car will automatically be recognized and when you plug it in, authorize itself and start charging. So, If your Wallbox is located outside or in a shared garage, you will no longer need an RFID chip to protect it from unauthorized use. The list of plug-and-charge capable EVs is growing rapidly, from the Audi e-tron and BMW i5 to the Hyundai Ioniq 6 and all Volkswagen ID models with software 3.1 or above. Plug&Charge is implemented either via a central cloud solution or directly through the electric car itself. If it's done directly through the car, the digital certificate, basically a secure ID that proves who you are for billing, is stored inside the vehicle itself. Your EV communicates directly with the charging station and exchanges all the relevant data. In the cloud-based scenario, the process is slightly different. Here, the charging station connects to a central database that manages your account information. The database confirms whether the vehicle is authorized to charge and handles billing. Both methods have their pros and their cons. Direct communication with the EV is usually quicker, while the cloud solution is more flexible and versatile. The flexibility is great if you use different charging stations run by different providers, since everything stays connected through the cloud. Plug&Charge is not only convenient and secure, but also an important step towards a fully automated e-mobility world. Because the easier and smoother charging becomes, the more people will consider switching to electric vehicles. So, as you can see, Plug&Charge isn't coming soon. It's already there, being built into more and more EVs and chargers, at least on the hardware side. And in the next few years, it's likely to become the standard. This will result in easier, quicker, and a whole lot less complicated charging. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Got questions? Drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now. Amy from GoE.